ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च सत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमतास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य पद्म पादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 नमः श्री शङ्करानन्द गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्रासैककर्मणि। So, in verse number 153, या बुद्धिवासनास्तासु चैतन्यं प्रतिबिम्बति मेकाशवत् अस्पष्टचिदाभासोऽनुमीयताम्। या बुद्धिवासनासु, vasanāsu, in those vasanas which is there in the karana sharira, that karana sharira which has all the vasanas, and the vasanas by themselves cannot manifest without the presence of consciousness. And therefore, that which is present as Chaitanyam, Pratibimbati. Pratibimba of Chaitanyam is known as Chidabhasa. Chidehe Abhasaha Chidabhasaha. Chidehe Abhasaha. Abhasade idi Abhasaha. A samantat bhasate prakashate. So, Chidabhasaha Chaitanya Pradibimbam. And this Chaitanya Pradibimbam, which is the reflection of consciousness alone, is the one which is sitting as Chidabhasa in the Karana Sharira. And how do we know that? Because Karana Shariram is Pratyaksham na bhavati. Pratyakshena aham na kobi janati etat iti. Vasanas are not known directly. This is my vasana. You don't know. Yata buddhau pravartate. So when it manifests through the buddhi, then we come to know that it is this vasana. As much as the vasanas are coming out as desires, expressed in the buddhi as desires, similarly, buddhi api chaitanya rupam. Yat karanasya gunaha, ye karanasya gunaha te karyeshu api santi. The qualities of the cause is found in the effect also. Mrit gataha mridat sambhavati. A pot made of mud is come out of the mud only. So, the gunas or the qualities of the mud will be found in the pot also. As much as the golden chain expresses the goldness of the gold. So, too, yadi buddhihi chaitanyam chaitanya manifestations are there, chaitanyavat pratipatyate, chaitanyavat pravartate, tata tasya karanam karana shariram api chaitanya rupameva. Tasmin karana sharire chaitanyam chidavasa rupena asti. So here mega akashavat अब अस्पष्ट है. अब को हमको यहां से देख नहीं सकता है कि वो in the particles of water which is found in the cloud there is reflection of space. आपको मालूम नहीं, दिखता नहीं है. Therefore, just like mega akashavat, mege sthita akashavat, mega akashavat aspashta hai. Not directly spashta means na pratyaksha. Spashta means na pratyaksha. In the same way, chidabhasaha api anumiyatam. Chidabhasa is also can be inferred because buddhi is chaitanya. Buddhi is, you don't say buddhi is jada. I am able to think, I know. Janamiti anuvivekena, right? Is it said in Atma Bodha also? Atmana satchidamsascha buddhehe vrittihi iti dvayam samyojya cha avivekena janami iti pravartate. Whenever you say I know, knowing is possible because of the I. I. That I is there, without that, with that only you know it. So the knowing is possible because of the I. In all the pratibodha vididam, in every bodha, a bodham prati, in every bodha, every vritti, Atma bodhameva is known as what? Ahamiti. So the very fact that buddhi is chaitanya rupam, tasmat tasya karanam karana shariram api chaitanya rupameva yadyapi pratyakshena na drishyate tasmat anumiyata. Therefore, inferentially we know that karana sharire chaitanya asti iti. In the karana sharira, chaitanya is there. Okay, because when we may not you should not misconstrue that in the state of sleep, Chaitanya quit. Because Buddhi is not there. Buddhi cannot comprehend it. Buddhi is not functioning. And so moodava tishtati eva. A person remains as a fool or stupid or inert, not responding to the world, etc. during this time of sushupti, sleep, but does not mean Chaitanya is absent. Because again, logic proves that because if Chaitanya is absent, the experience will not be known. Because to experience, there should be a conscious presence. A consciousness should be there. So the very fact that we know that we slept, there was presence of consciousness to illumine the absence of everything. The absence also should be known. If I walk into the room, nobody is there. You are there, right? How can you say nobody is there? I found nobody in the room. Who knows? Nobody. Nobody knows nobody. How can that be possible? Somebody should be there to see the nobody. So the very fact that I know I slept, consciousness is present there, even though not through buddhi. So continuing here, he says, Sabhasameva tad bijam dirupena prarohati ato buddho chidabhasah vispashta pradibhasate sabhasameva tadbijam dirupena prarohati ato buddhau chidabhasah vispashta pradibhasate vispashtam pradibhasate. Tad bijam, that very bija, which is none other than Maya, is sa-abhasam. Sa-abhasameva tad bijam. Bijam sa-abhasam, abhasena saha. Sa-abhasa means abhasena saha. It is along with Chidabhasa alone, Maya bijam. And that bijam, just like in the case of the example of a seed, how does it become vriksha? Vriksha is not from outside it happens. Vriksha is happening from within the seed. The seed itself becomes a vriksha. Right? Interesting thing is, once it becomes vriksha, you cannot see the seed. Because it already has become vriksha. So vriksham is none other than the seed expressing, manifesting itself. Bijasyantarivankuro jagatidam prag nirvikalpam punaha maya kalpita desha kala kalana. It is there already. Now, in the same way, that bijam, even take a bija for example, can that very thing inside the seed, can it manifest without life? It is said that to break open the earth and come out as a small, even small sapling or small little ankura, requires enormous power. It cannot come out. Even to, first of all, it has to break the seed. After breaking the seed, it has to adjust to the external nature. And then it has to break the earth. Then come out. Think about how much power is necessary for it to come out. And that power cannot manifest without the life there. So that's just like the bijam is able to come out with the help of abhasa, of chidabhasa. Even in that seed, there is chidabhasa. So, in the same way, dhirupena prarohati. The example, rohati is used growing. Ruh means to grow. So, prarohati, it comes to grow or manifest, to express dhirupena, as in the form of a buddhi. In other words, what? Vasanamaya kosha eva buddhirupena prarohati. Because buddhi is what it is. It's of nothing but vritti rupam, vyavasaya rupam, व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि. बुद्धि का वो स्वरूप क्या है? व्यवसायत्मिका एव बुद्धि. Not buddhi has to become व्यवसायत्मिका. व्यवसायत्मिका एव बुद्धि. संशयात्मिका एव संशयात्मकम मनः. Bundle of doubts is called mind. Sankalpa vikalpaatmakam. Nischayatmika buddhi. So, the Chidabhasa along with Vasana expressing itself is called Buddhi. Mud and the pot don't say that. Mud is the pot. Pot is the mud. Of course, mud can remain without the pot also. But mud itself is Ghatarupena Drishyate. It is appearing like a pot. In the same way, Vasana sa Vasa. Sabasameva tad bijam dhirupena buddhirupena prafrohati. So, Karana Shariram, along with the presence of Chidabhasa, becomes the Sukshma Sharira. The subtle body is nothing but expressed form of Karana Sharira with the help of Chidabhasa. Interesting thing is, not all vasanas are expressed at the same time. All vasanas are in the same way. The seed may contain many aspects to it, but not all of them are expressed in the form of the vriksha. It will take some time. That's why you don't see the tree, right? And then the sprout will come, and then the leaf will come out. After some time, only the flower will come out. After some time, it becomes a fruit. But the potentiality is already there, which is hidden. It will not come at all. Suddenly opening its fruit. It doesn't happen that way. It has its own method of expressing. In the same way, vasanas at once would not manifest according to the external circumstance, the situation, or also the aspect of prarabdha also there, based upon the karma vasanas, based upon what that particular sthula sariram is capable of handling. That is why how and how the maya eva janati. Yeah, janati vachaniya maya it is. So here, atah buddhau chidabhasah vispashta pradipasate. So buddhau, in the buddhi, atah buddhau chidabhasah, the same chidabhasa that is presently always available, Ishvara sarva bhutanam. That's no visa. Deshe Arjuna tishtadi is sitting there only. Ishvaraha chidabhasa. Here in this context, because when it will explain that when all the vasanas, interesting thing is, okay, this one must start thinking in a different way. Open up and see that Ishvaraha in the form of Chidabhasaha sitting in everyone's heart is the same one sitting connected to all vasanas of all beings. It's not another one. Bhagavan clearly said in 13, right? But this is all connected. Panchadashi, Gita, and you have to connect the links there. Kshetragyam chabi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. Same Kshetrajnaha, Ishvaraha eva sarvakshetreshu tishtati. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hriddeshe tishtati. Chidabhasaha sarvavasanasu tishtati. Now, he will explain how Ishvara is Sarvajna through this. So here now he says, now come back to it. Ato buddhau chidabasaha vispashtaha pradibhasate. Vispashtaha na spashtaha. Apratyaksena. Paroksha rupena. As though it is like paroksha. Because it is not directly visible to us. So here, ato buddhau chidabasaha vispashtaha pradibhasate. The reflection of consciousness on chidabhasa vispashtaha pradibhasate. Now here the translation is given as visible as the ego. Now aspashtaha become vispashtaha in the form of individual identity I am. So in the buddhi, he as in the chidaba, in the karana sharira, is become aspashtaha anumiyatam. In the buddhi is become vispashtaha in the form of I am. That's why Ramana Maharshi had said what? Hridaya guhara madhye kevalam brahma matram aham iti साक्षात आत्म रूपेण भाति. जो अहम है, we associate every thought as aham. I am angry, I am not hungry, I want to go to the class, I don't want to go to the class, I. So this I, the individualized ego, which is found to be in the buddhi, is nothing other than aspashta chidabhasaha vispashta rupena buddhau pratibhasate. It's available in the form of the awareness as a thought called I. That's like when you say that current hai kya nahi hai, kaisa malum ho gaya? Light rupena, deepa rupena. So is there any difference and distance between the light and the electricity? You can say between the filament and the electricity there is difference. Correct? Filament is not electricity. Filament is where the electricity passes through. But when the electricity passes through, the filament becomes light. Between the light and current, what is the difference? Zero what? So, the distance means there is no real difference between the light and the current, while there is a real difference between filament and the current. Filament is a physical apparatus or a structure, but the current is not similar to that of the filament. It is a power. But between the power and the light, there is no difference. The difference is only in the apparatus, upadhi. In the same way, Vasana is the upadhi, Ishvaraha is the power, Buddhi is an expression. So the Buddhi and the expression of Vasana as Buddhi, so we cannot say the I that is found in the Buddhi, Aham, and the original Chidabhasa sitting there in the Karana Sharira, there is an intimate connection between these two. That which Chidabhasa itself is expressing as Aham. When Vasanas are expressing as I know, I don't know, I want, I don't want. Now continuing here, in the 155, Maya Basena Jiveshau Karoti Dishruto Shrutam Mega Kasha Jalakashau Ivatau Suvyavastitau Maya Basena Jiveshau Karoti Dishrutau Shrutam Mekasha Jalakashau Ivatau Suvyavastitau. Mega Akasha and Jala Akasha. They go back to the example. Mega Akasha na pratyaksham. Pratyaksha. Na spashtam. Aspashta. Mege, in the mega, in the water of the mega, in the water, in the cloud, pratibhasitam or reflected, bimbitam akasha, bimbita akasha, na pratyakshena drishyate, aspashtah. Tateva akasha gate sthita jale akasha iva drishyate, jala akasha, tat spashtam. Correct? The perception of the sky or the space reflected in the waters in the cloud is imperceptible, while the reflection of the space found in the water contained in the pot is perceptible. Clear? Go through the same, because with Yaranyam, he goes making sure that you travel with him. You miss one, you lose the track of it. Just like that, in the same mega akasha jala akasho iva, like the space reflected in the water found inside the pot, and the space reflected in the water found in the up above in the clouds, in the same way, jiva isho. Jiva or Ishvara, both of them, one is known, another is unknown. Unknown does not mean it doesn't exist. One is pratyaksha, another is paroksha. क्या प्रत्यक्ष है? जल आकाश. अप्रत्यक्ष और परोक्ष क्या है? मेघ आकाश. प्रत्यक्ष क्या है? जीव. अपरोक्ष क्या है? परोक्ष क्या है? So the word aparoksha and pratyaksha is equal. Okay, please understand that. Aparoksha and pratyaksha are equal, because aparoksha means na para akshena nyayate, not by somebody else, not by some other eyes, your own eyes. When your own eyes means your own direct perception is pratyaksha, that itself is aparoksha. Sakshat, the word sometimes used by sakshat. Sakshat Brahma, Hridayagara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram Ahamaham Sakshat, Aparokshat, Pratyakshat. In that way you have to fill it that way. Synonyms. Now you say Paroksha, when you say it is Apratyaksha. You must keep that clear. Apratyaksha means not direct perception. Paroksha means from other standpoint, from external standpoint. All right. So, mega here its word is aspashta. Spashta, aspashta word is used in that same way. So, jiva ishau, jiva hai spashta hai, pratyaksha hai, jala akashavat. Ishvara hai apratyaksha hai, mega akashavat, aspashta hai. No, this is why Maya Abhasena. Maya, that is the very power called Maya, and Abhasena, with the help of the Chidabhasa, Jiva Isho Karoti. It makes this difference apparently of Jiva and Ishvara. One remains as known, another remains as unknown. Iti Shrutau Shrutam. It is pointed out in the Shruti. What Shruti? Tapaniya Upanishad. In Tapaniya Upanishad, this point has been brought in, that Maya, with the help of Chidabhasa, has created an apparent difference between Jiva and Ishvara. And the Jiva is a Pratyaksha Chaitanyam and Ishvara is Apratyaksha Chaitanyam iti. What, like what? Mega Akasha, Jala Akasha, Iva. Like the Mega Akasha and Jala Akasha, Iva. Tau, both of them, Suvyavastitau. Is very well established. Very well established, very well proven to be. Suvyavasti. Vyavastha means to stay. Suvyavastitau, Sushtu Vyavastitau. So this is further explained in the other verses how it is going to be. So first of all, he quoted the Shruti. Because anything that you need to prove, you have to Yukti, you have to use, Shruti, you have to use, and Anubhava. Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. Now, having explained, this is what the Tapani Upanishad points out as the Jiva and Ishvara created apparently by the Maya with the help of the Chidabhasa. In both of them, Chidabhasa is the same. Chidabhasa means reflection of consciousness is the same. Because there it is Samashti Upasana, Samashti Upadi, Upahita Chaitanyam. Here Veshti Upahita Chaitanyam. That is the only difference. Upahita Chaitanyam is the same. While what is Samashti or Veshti is the question here. Mega is Samashti, Jala is Veshti. Veshti means conditioned, limited Upadi. Samashti is unconditioned, unlimited Upadi. Just like these water droplets in the Mega apparently looks unlimited. In the unlimited droplets, there are unlimited expressions of space. You cannot even count how many are there. Similar, but here Jala Akasha is limited to the quantity of the part within that, and you can see the Vyashti nature of the reflection, and that is the reason why Jiva is apparently looks like conditioned, and the Ishvara it apparently looks unconditioned. The unconditioning aspect is because of Samashti Vasana. Conditioning is because of Vyashti Vasana. Limited Vasana expressions. Now, continuing on this point, Megavat Vartate Maya Megastita Tusharavat Divasanaschidabhasaha Tusharasta Kavat Stitaha Megavat Vartate Maya Megastita Tusharavat Divasanaschidabhasaha Tusharasta Kavastitaha. You want to bring that ka space within the meter, therefore use that word ka. Ka is space. Akash. Maya Megavat Vartate. So now the comparison starts. What we should understand here, let me point out this, I put it in the notes so that I won't miss anything. Mega is equal to Maya. Mega equal to Maya. Megavat Vartate Maya. Tushara means the droplets. Tushara is the droplets found inside the Mega, in which the space is reflected. So Tusharaha, what are they? Divasanaha. All the vasanas are considered as the droplets. What is known as Samashti Vasana. So here, Tusharaha Megastita Tusharavat Divasanaha. See that. Megavat Vartate Maya, number one. Megastita Tusharavat Divasanaha. Samashti Vasanaha Tusharavat. Like the droplets found in the cloud, which are innumerable, so are the vasanas of the Samashti nature. Total vasanas are like droplets. Okay. Chidabhasahatu, what is Chidabhasa here? Tusharastha. Chidabhasa is none other than the Tusharastha, Tushare Sthita, Ka means space. Kavat Sthita. So the comparison is what? Then Tusharavat Tusharastha Vat Chidabhasaha Vasanastha Chidabhasaha. Vasanastha Chidabhasaha equal to Tusharastha Ka. That means the Chaitanya Chidabhasa reflection of consciousness found in the midst of the Vasanas are equal to the space reflected in the droplets found in the cloud. Now the Ishvara's nature is explained. Ishvaraha is associated with Samashti Vasana. Just like the space in the droplets associated with all the droplets found in the Mega. This is how the comparison should be given. Now, why do we need to bring in, to explain Ishvara, why do we need to bring Vasanas here? That's another question. Is it not a little confusing? Just say the same Chidabhasa. What's the point? This is important because Upanishads declare, Vedas declare that Ishvaraha, no doubt it is consciousness only by essence. If you look at the Lakshyartha, it is none other than consciousness. There is no doubt about that. And that is how Tattvamasi is explained. But at the same time, he has been extolled as Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi, Sarveshwara. How is that? Bhagavan, Ishvaraha becomes Sarveshwara, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi. Because this needs to be clarified. And why that is necessary? It is necessary because he alone controls Maya. Because as we have been studying before he took the topic of Ishvara, what was the discussion about? Maya. And what is the nature of Maya? Anirvachaniya. If this Anirvachaniya Maya is also uncontrollable also. Anirvachaniya means what? When, how it will behave, in what way, nobody knows. But somebody knows it. With that somebody, it will become, we all become only victims of that Maya, and there cannot be freedom ever. Right? Yes or no? There is someone, if Maya is uncontrollably moving around according to Aswan whims doing things, somebody should be that above that. Is it? Oh, now stop. Now do it. Somebody must have. And that is that's why Bhagavan says, Mama Maya, for you it is Duratya. No, not for me. Ye Mam Prapatyante. Those who come to surrender to me, then you will also know how it works. Meaning how it works, you may not know, but at least you know that I am there to take care of it. And then when you are with me, it will not affect you. It will not disturb you as much as it will disturb if you don't know me. So then Shastra becomes a means to know that. Otherwise, Shastra will not be of any use for moksha. If all of them are going to be victim of Maya, then where is the question of moksha then? Who gives the moksha then? Or who can provide the protection from Maya? The one who is unaffected by Maya. So, he has to be Sarveshwaraha, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvajnaha. And how he becomes Sarvashaktiman? On what ways? Because he is sitting with Samashti Vasana. So now that is the reason why he has to bring this point of how Ishvaraha is Sabashti Vasana Upahita Chaitanyam. Only then Maya is not an independent entity doing its work on its own. It is subject to being subject to report to someone. The one to whom it has to report its doing is Ishvara. And where does he sit? Where is he sitting there? Sarva Bhuteshu Hridaya Sthitam. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishtaha Mattasmriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Right? Every time when you have a cha, you should know that. Sarvasya Cha Aham. I am the chai. Whenever you eat chai, remember me. I am the Sarvasya Cha. Okay. Now, because there is some notes are given, so please go through that notes. Very important point is the if Chidabhasa, which is the same behind or in the midst of all vasanas, it is not individualistic. If you say Chidabhasa is individualistic, then Ishvara also become many. Jiva is many, but not in Ishvara. Chidabhasa is one. Now you see, when you take a cup of water and put it out in the sun, there is a reflection that takes place. Take another cup of water, in that water also reflection takes place. In the third and the fourth and the fifth. So 100 cups you take, you can say 100 reflections. Actually, there is only one reflection. 100 containers. Because you may probably misunderstanding and say there are 100 reflections taking place. No, it's not 100 reflections. Reflection is one in 100 ways. Correct or no? Though containers are hundreds, waters are 100 different containers, reflection are not 100 reflections. Reflection is only one. Depends upon the quality of water. One may have a dull reflection, one may have a bright reflection, one may have a disturbed reflection because the thing is shaking. And they have no reflection because water is gone. So you cannot say that there are 100 reflections. In the same way, Chidabhasaha is the same whether it is there in one individual or in hundreds of those droplets. Ishvaraha Ekaha. The Ishvara that is there is only one there. Because we are looking through the individual vasanas, Jiva Rupena Tishtati. That is the reason why he says Jiva Isha is not two different things. They are one and the same, but seen with the upadhi of conditioned or limited vasanas is referred as Jiva. And when unconditioned, limitless vasanas is referred as Ishvaraha. The Chidabhasaha remaining the same, which is referred as Ishvaraha when it is reflected in 1,000 different containers, and the same one single one, Jiva. It's only a reference as individual reflection, while the other one is limitless reflection. Reflection is one. So Maya, that's why in the previous verse what he has said is Maya Bhasena Jiva Ishau Karoti iti. Isha Jivascha Karoti, Maya Karoti. Maya is creating the difference between Jiva and Ishvara. So that is the reason why when Maya veil is lifted, na Jivaha, na Ishvara. Both of them are, seen to be none other than one only. So that point has to be brought here. Maya dina chidabhasaha Shruto Mayi Maheshwaraha Antaryami cha Sarvajnaha Jagat Yonissa Evahi Mayadina Chidabasaha Shruto Mayi Maheshwaraha Antaryami cha Sarvajnaha Jagat Yonissa Evahi. As the note says, impressions in buddhi that create variety. And these impressions are everlasting throughout the creation in all its three stages of creation, sustenance, and dissolution, undergoing transformation from gross to subtle, subtle to causal, and back to causal to subtle, etc. This is called Brahmayam Sarvabhuta. Okay, keep going until you come out of this misunderstanding. So, so the author has very precisely taken both Maya as such and the impressions of Buddhi as Ishvara Upadhi, not Jiva Upadhi. Ishvara Upadhi eva, in the limited sense, the Ajnanam Avidya as the Upadhi, which makes it Ishvara as referred as Jiva. In the Samashti Upadhi, Maya is remaining as Ishvara. So, that identification with the former gives unity to Ishvara, and that with the later brings in variety. Jiva brings in variety, identity becomes unity. Variety is caused by varieties of vasanas, individual persons' vasanas. Only impressions are not to be taken as gross and subtle impressions, but they are causal stages which, with their whole history, lie latent in the universal sattva, which is Maya. If they are not kept in view of all knowingness, Ishvara will be impaired. So, the subtle aspect of the impressions are found even in the causal stage. At the causal stage, subtle aspect of Maya, it becomes apanchikritam. And at the Rajasic stage, it's become karana, it's all the karma, indriyas, etc., and prana, etc. And then tamasic nature is the physical body and the world, physical objects. Physical objects are tamasic form. Anyway, so here in the verse number 157, it is given Mayadina Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa is not Mayadina. Maya Chidabhasa Adina. Should be understood correctly. It is not Mayadina Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa become Mayadina. So, Maya being the controlled and the Mayin is the controller. That's why Shrutau Mayi Maheshwara. Mayin. Mayin means one who is a magician, one who has the Maya in his control. He alone become Mayin. Shulin is one who has the Shula. Malin is the one who has Mala. And feminine become Malini. Yama Malini. The golden garland. Gold garland. Amshumalin. Amshumali is what? Is Surya. Sudamshumali is moon. Sudamshu is a cool rays. Cool rays is the moon. Hot rays is sun. So Amshumali when you say it is sun. Sudamshumali when you say it is moon. So here Mayi means Mayin, who has Maya. Mahesh. So here 5 names are given of Bhagavan. I mean Ishvara. Mayi, Maheshwaraha, Antaryami, Sarvajnaha, Jagat Vyomnihi, Sayevahi. The Ishvara alone is referred as by the Shruti as Mayi, Maha Ishvaraha, Supreme Controller, Antaryami, Inner Controller, Sarvajnaha, all knower. Jagadyonihi, the womb of the universe. Sayevahi. Who? Mayadina Chidabhasa. One who has Maya as his Upadhi. So Maya as Upadhi, is that Upadhi needs him, or Ishvara needs Upadhi, or Ishvara needs Upadhi? Ishvara is independent of the Upadhi also. So these different names are given in the Shruti, in Svetashvara Upanishad. It is pointed out, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha, Eshantaryami, Esha Yonihi, Sarvasya Prabhavapyayohi Bhutanam. It is found in Mandukya Upanishad also. As Esha Sarveshwaraha, that is pointed out in the next to, sorry, it is Mandukya Upanishad, you see the note, number 6 also there. So this way, there are 6 different qualities of Ishvaraha is given. Again, the Ishvaraha is none other than the Chidabhasa associated with the Samashti Vasanas. Saushuptamanandamayam Prakramyevam Srutirjagau Esha Sarveshwara iti Soyam Vedokta Ishvaraha Saushuptamanandamayam Prakramyevam Shrutirjagau Esha Sarveshwara iti Soyam Vedokta Ishvaraha. So it is said, in the state of Sushupti, deep sleep, in Mandukya Upanishad, there is an explanation about what is the state of Sushupti. Yatra Suptaha, where a person has slept, na kanchana kamam kamayate, is not engaging any kind of desire, nothing he desires. Na kanchana swapnam pashyati, he doesn't see any kind of dream. Tat sushuptam, that is the state of sushupti. Sushuptya avasthane, in that state of sushupti state, eki bhutaha, becoming one, prajnana ganaha, a mass of consciousness, eva anandamayaha, of the nature of ananda, ananda book. Ananda book means there is a book called Ananda book. No. Ananda book means Anandam Bhokta. Ananda Bhokta is Ananda book. The enjoyer of bliss. So, that is what is given in the first line. Saushuptamanandamayam Prakramya. So, the starting from that statement, Prakramya means beginning with. What Prakramya evam Srudihi jagau, Srudihi vadati. What Saushuptyamanandamayam Shrutihi jagau. The Shruti is talking about the state of Anandamaya, Anandatva, Anandam in the state of sleep. And that very Anandamaya, what is the book? Ananda book, meaning the enjoyer of Ananda in the state of sleep is Esha Sarveshwara. That's the verse following that. The Ananda book eva Sarveshwara Sarvajnaha Antaryami Esha Yonihi Sarvasya Prabhava Apyayo Hi Bhutanam. That one is the Sarveshwaraha, Sarvajnaha, Sarvantaryami, Yonihi, Prabhava Apyayo, beginning and the continue. Apya means in the creation and the solution. Bhutanam, Prabha Abhyaya. So that's why he is put in the next line, Eva Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarveshwaraha. That's the second verse, that is Mandukya Upanishad, 5th verse and 6th verse. So 5th verse is about Ananda, about the state of sleep in which Anandam, bliss is experienced. And then the 6th verse is saying, that alone is the Ishvara. That alone is the Sarvajna. So, Sa Ayam Vedokta Ishvaraha. This is the Veda Ukta Ishvaraha, the one who is pointed out or spoken about in the Vedas. Now, this Ishvaraha, who is Ananda book, as the notes very clearly says, as you read here in the next page in my book here, the collective consciousness has also 3 corresponding states, which we have studied in our Vedanta Sara, etc. Just like the individual has got 3 states, in the waking state is known as Vishwa, then in the state of dream is known as Taijasa, and in the state of causal is known as Prajna. Prajna means Prayena Agya. In general, stupid. Taijasa means brilliant because he is in the state of brilliance in the form of self-creating world. Therefore, it is Prajna, Taijasa. And in the state of waking, it is Vishwa because he perceives the world also. It's part of the world. And in the Samashti is referred as Vaishwanaraha or Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Ishvara. Ishvara being omnipresent, each of these states includes within itself the corresponding states of individual souls. In other words, Virat includes Vishwa. Isn't it? And the same way, Hiranyagarbha includes Taijasa. And Ishvara includes Prajna. So, in the Samashti, the Vashti is included. It's not outside it. So, here, Ishvara being omnipresent, each of these 3 states includes. Now, as much as in the Vaishwanara, Virat is Virat or Vaishwanara, the Vishwa is included. In the Hiranyagarbha, Taijasa is included. And in the Ishvara, Prajna is included. This is one aspect. Causal body, when you say, it includes Sukshma and Stula. Because causal itself has become Stula and Sukshma. Correct? Why do we call Karana Sharira? Karana Sharira, एक कारण उसका नाम है. किसके कारण? What reason is that? ये कारण है स्थूल का और सूक्ष्म का. Correct? Sthula and Sukshma, both bodies are coming from Karana Sharira only. If that is true, Vishwa and Taijasa is included in Prajna. Think. Because consciousness associated with individual vasana is called Prajna. Causal body being the cause of the both the Sukshma Sharira, Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Taijas, Stula Sharira Abhimani Vishwa. So Vishwa and Taijasa are being product of Prajna. Prajna potentially includes what? Taijasa and Vishwa. Go to the Samashti level. Karana Sharira Abhimani, Samashti Karana Sharira Abhimani, Ishvara. What he includes? Hiranyagarbha and Virat or Vaishwanara. So Vaishvanara and Hiranyagarbha are included in Ishvara. Now, collectively and individually, what happens then? Ishvara includes what? All. Includes Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna also. So what is the Sarvajna kya ki nahi? He is Sarvajna. Why? It includes, from him only everything has come there. So the causal samashti vasana yukta chaitanyam Ishvaraha includes all the vasanas of all beings. Because that alone is expressed as, individually expressed as Virat, Vishwa and Taijasa and Prajna, and collectively includes Virat and Hiranyagarbha into Ishvara. The Ishvara therefore includes all the rest of them, all the five of them. So that is what is established here. That is the reason why he is referred as Yat Sarvajna. So that is the reason, just as Prajna being the causal state of a Jiva includes other two states of his and is the guide and controller of them, so the third state Ishvara being the causal one is the source, the indwelling spirit, controller and guide of the other two through the entire universe. So the state of bliss, Anandamaya, is the causal state of Jiva. Because in Karana Sharira, which is experienced as though in the state of Sushupti, causal state alone is called as Anandamaya Kosha. So the causal state of Jiva, but is not the universal cause of Ishvara. As well as the deeper sense, is it not? Is it not that it is itself is the Ishvara state? A spot in India is also a spot in the continent of Asia. When you say Asian continent, you include India also. And in India, a particular spot is also included there. You say Madhya Pradesh. Where is it? India. Where is India? Asia. So when you say Asia, it includes India as well as Madhya Pradesh. Right? Asia in the globe as well as in the universe. So there is a greater layer of ignorance where we attribute it only to India and not to the universe. So the individual Shita bliss is only a portion of the universal Shita bliss. What is individually experienced by us in the state of sleep is only a drop of the universal bliss. What is the universal bliss? It's causal body of Ishvara. Anandamaya Kosha of all beings. And above also, because Ishvara is not just conditioned by that only, it is Maya. Right? So it includes all the Anandamaya Kosha of all this, of them. Therefore, the individual, and when the individuality and all the virtues, vrittis vanish, how the one is to distinguish between the individual and the universal. The fact returning to individuality in the later waking state is no bar to the previous merging in the universal diversification, starting on the return journey when one comes down to I consciousness left long behind. Words. Once he has experienced the universal bliss of the Ishvara, when he removes his individual identity, when he returns back to the individual Jiva, he is no more the same person. That is why Anandam Brahmano Vidwan, one who knows the Ananda of Brahman, it is like universal bliss you have reached there. You have reached the state of being Ishvara there. The individual joy that we are and the bliss that we are experiencing during the sleep itself is so fulfilling. Think about the universal bliss. That's why in the Manisha Panchagam, Lesha Leshata ime Indradayo Nirvrutaha. Even a drop of it With that, Indra and all are very happy. Think about Ishwara's Ananda. Uh, Ananda Tandava Madinar. The Tamil. Oh no, no. There is a song, right? Ananda Tandava Madinar Shiva, right? He's dancing in bliss. That bliss is because of that is universal bliss that he expresses. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkhabhat Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. One may say that if that is the case, Swamiji, why not we just go to sleep and directly go to the Ishvara Sananda? That is not going to happen because by sleeping you will not reach Ishvara. You have to cut the layers, the conditioning. Okay, we'll see that more in the next class.